people actually come in and ask, where does this brand come from? We used to tell it's a local brand. And what we experienced years ago was that people would look around and they would really walk away.
Right.
I think a few years ago,
right.
Seriously, they would assume that, if you are an Australian brand, probably, it's more worthy.
More premium feeling.
Maybe.
Is it? Or
Yeah.
Oh, so it's local brand.
Local, you should sell cheap.
Right.
That's the concept.
Hey everyone, before we begin this next episode of the Hello Mentor podcast, I just want to say, if you're job searching or hiring, check out hiredly.com. We are not just another job platform. We make it easier to find the jobs that people actually want, and we help companies stand out to hire the right talent. So there's a lot of smart tech and there's a lot of human touch. That's Hiredly. So you can head to hiredly.com and give it a go. Hi everyone, it's another episode of the Hello Mentor podcast, and we have Nicole Chia with us today from Minimalist Lab. Hi Nicole.
Hi Derek. Thanks for having me. Well, I'm Nicole. I'm the founder of Minimalist Lab, and thanks for inviting me over to share a bit of my stories and my journey.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. I mean, before we started recording, we obviously had a quick chit chat just now. So, you were saying that it's been 14 years since
I started my entrepreneurial journey.
Right. Which is basically almost immediately after you graduated, right? So.
Yes, right after. So actually, it's even before we graduated, me and my boyfriend back then, my husband right now.
Right.
So we wanted to just make pocket money. So we set up bazaars, in art markets to sell some handcrafted accessories. That's how we started to earn a few hundred ringgits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we because we wanted to earn more, so we set up more often. Then we started to see opportunities.
Right.
So, and after we graduated, we just went fully into what we do,
right.
which is to sell handcrafted accessories. Yeah, it started from there.
Right. How do you and your then boyfriend, now husband, how do you work together? Do you have different roles or something?
You mean that time?
At that time,
well, we were just very young students, right? We only thought of wanted to earn pocket money. So the idea was simple, which is to work hard and then earn. Sometimes he could go one store and I'll go another store. Then that's how we earn savings lah.
I see. Yeah. Right.
We just started, and then afterward, what happened was that because we were very consistent in setting up bazaars in even like the Curve street market back then it was very popular before e-commerce has started.
Oh,
so people actually enjoy offline shopping, and bazaars were doing very good as well at that time.
Right.
So people would ask us, where would you be at the next in the next weekend? We couldn't answer because bazaars are like it's every week you got to enroll, and there's no promise, right? So that time what we thought was that how about we enter shopping malls with a small push carts, probably, or a kiosk, so that we can tell people where we will be next. And then you don't just set up only during the weekends. Right. You can be there from Monday to Sunday.
Right.
That's how we slowly pivoted to shopping malls.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you had, sounds like you had some customers that sort of followed you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They like what you were doing and all.
Yeah.
Right. But how do you even go into jewelry in the first time? I mean, you could sell anything. Like why jewelry?
Well, I am very passionate in handcraft works. So basically, I made like handcrafted clay accessories at first. So I just knit and do a lot of that at home. And then also I assemble some accessories with charms.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if you know us. We opened quite many stores and kiosks last time. Those greenish bronze vintage style accessories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those charms where you can build your own. We put it into a charm bracelet or necklace. Yeah, but it didn't last too long lah. It was a trend that time.
Right.
So just out of passion, maybe. Yeah.
Out of passion, right.
From my room. Yeah.
Something you were curious about.
Yeah, exactly. It was really just because I like it. And then I put it on to the table and people are buying. And that's how you got so much motivation to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think sometimes is it like do you have some instinct for what customers like or what?
Yeah, of course, if you put it on the table and you see people are buying this design or that design, then you go home, you make more. Isn't that simple? And then they will ask you, hey, do you have this in earrings? Do you have this in necklace? And all, then we duplicate that.
Oh.
And we try a few times and we got to know how to figure out some bestsellers. Right. So when you put it out and people take, and then we got a lot in the hair down there. Right. Then we duplicate that and we put it back there. It's just the design that people like. And that's how we learned about interacting with customers face to face, hearing them and to really observe what they like and change and, just react to it immediately.
I see.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point to be a small vendors where you have total flexibility, a lot of freedom.
Right.
And that's how I learned about listening to what customer wants directly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I suppose the advantage of being an offline seller.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, obviously, let's say highly we are online place also. I wish I had more interaction with the customer, but there's always because it's online, right? So
that's why you would probably need some offline experience, right? So people can immediately feel you and
I think so. I think that's what a lot. Even until today, I think that offline experience is still very important. Yeah. Even as we become more digital, and then let's talk about AI but I think you actually drive more and more people to offline.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. I think I still me myself, I still prefer definitely offline. You go into shopping malls. You're not just there for products, right? It's for the experience, the entire vibe and people to serve you. It's just very different from clicking on your phone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we run both lah, but I like the offline experience a lot. And if you ask me, I definitely want to open more offline shops for people to come and experience the brand, the entire shopping journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And was there anything from these early days? I mean, usually, even though yes, it sounds like you set up a shop and people are buying, and in some sense that's great. You got some momentum early on. But do you face any particular struggles in the early days? It's very hard to start a business for me personally, also listening to a lot of people start businesses, there are a lot of hidden struggles, building a company.
Do you think, I think nowadays, especially the recent years, I think the barriers to enter may be higher.
Yeah, right.
Probably, I'm not sure about it, but back then, probably also because of our age, that time we were so courageous. I think we didn't even call it courageous, but we just do it, right? When you were young.
Right.
Because you have nothing to lose, right?
Right. No commitment.
Yeah. And it was our so-called our first career, first job. And, nothing to lose, then just go all in. Probably right now, if you ask me to venture another thing, I would keep thinking about it. And then, as you grow mature, you probably want to think twice or thrice.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. But did you face any particular challenges in the early days?
I think we had, actually, me and my husband, we have no backgrounds in business. So everything that we did was mostly homegrown style, home style, no proper accounting, management style at all. So we only knew about selling. But that already got us into we did that for years, only until when the business has matured a little bit, then you have to pay for all the management costs that you used to neglect.
Right.
So yeah, it was kind of chaotic for young couples like that to run a business.
Right. Because you can't sort of learn you're learning as it's growing like that.
Yes, exactly. Even until today, we're still learning every day, and we just have to keep growing and pick up from lessons.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which was your first outlet that you said?
I remember the first cart, a push cart, was in Mid Valley.
The first push cart in Mid Valley.
Yeah, we were very happy with that. Very, very good response.
Right.
Because I think the mass market was very curious to see what we were selling.
Right.
Yeah, it was very quite curated, quite special. We sell all these vintage charms. In vintage style, it's really like old looking.
Right.
People got very interested. And then the mechanism was simple. You invite people to DIY, and it is not expensive.
Right.
So yeah, that's how we started the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And so your first sort of like push cart was in Mid Valley.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have 4 different places you're in now, is it?
For right now, well, after 10 years already, we no longer sell vintage style accessories lah.
Right.
So now we are doing, we're mainly selling semi-fine jewelry, which is made of sterling silver.
Right.
Yeah, and then and as well as another range of products we call them elements. They are waterproof jewelry. They are waterproof and sweat-proof, which suits Malaysians.
Oh,
very, very much.
Right.
And they sell very well. We have these 2 ranges of products, and it's been a while, about 3 years plus already. So we have already set the pathway of how we gonna expand later as well. It's gonna be like this. And currently we have 3 physical outlets in the Klang Valley, and we're planning to expand next year.
3 physical outlets. Right. And you picked pretty big malls, right? Your latest one is in TRX, I believe.
Yeah. Like after so many years in so many malls, you definitely know how to choose.
How did you pick TRX for the
actually that was the move my husband took lah.
Is it?
Yeah. So we always want to be at the city center or malls that are good, like reputable ones. Like to go lah, number 1 to go. Because anyway, our products are very lifestyle, which I think we're also looking at target audience who wants immediate, we can't really be in neighborhood malls,
right,
because these are not necessity products that you can keep buying.
Right.
That's why I think tourist spots or the top malls where whenever people want to come KL, they will go. Those are the malls that we always want to be in lah.
I see.
Yeah, because ours are more very lifestyle, very more fashion driven.
Right.
So if you go to a neighborhood mall, it's very hard. Yeah.
Right. But it's a big bet, right? And you're obviously going to be there, and there are a lot of other big brands.
Yeah, that's a struggling part lah. But also that motivates us so much to improve our business. When you are next to Arabica and, you are surrounded with all these international chain stores, how do you fight with them?
Yes.
That is something that I keep thinking about. And I thought that exactly because we are local, this is already your selling point. That's why we wanted to keep reminding people about MNML. My brand is a local jewelry brand. And we are proud to be a local jewelry brand. And I think that is our USP.
Right.
Because if you try to hide that and assume like you're an international brand, you're not like that, right?
Right.
And people don't really, consumers today are very, very, very aware about companies' background and all. I think being who you are, it's so important as a business itself that you're not duplicatable. Yeah, that's why I thought every business or every product or our curation of product has to be really unique.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's so like proudly Malaysian.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If I walk into your outlet, is there a way I can tell that you're a Malaysian company?
Not really, because what you see, we still need to meet the standards of expectations from the malls or from audience. So people actually come in and ask, where does this brand come from? We used to tell it's a local brand. And what we experienced years ago was that people would look around and they would really walk away.
Right.
I think a few years ago,
Right.
Seriously, they would assume that, if you are an Australian brand, probably, it's more worthy.
More premium feeling.
Maybe.
Is it? Or
Yeah.
so it's local brand.
Local, you should sell cheap.
Right.
That's the concept. But only these recent years, especially with social media, supporting local creation, local Malaysian-made brand, we call ourselves. The scenario has changed so much, and people start to look at you because you are a local brand, and they tend to support us because of who we are. So I think this is already a very, very good scenario, and we just want to remind ourselves that, our roots. That's why you saw us working with ZRV, Malaysian artists, instead of working with
Yeah. I saw that.
especially like artists who are very original, who are very localized. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. As I was saying off camera just now, I love the hibiscus style, bracelets and all that.
Yeah. Also, the intention of bringing hibiscus was that I thought it's the same thing. If you walk in TRS, it's very hard for you to find a hibiscus thing, because everything else is like already very international standard, right? How do you find a localized element like this? And a lot of time also when we look at fashion products, we tend to want to follow what is popular right now, but we forgot about what does, the symbol or the icons that can represent our roots.
Right.
Yeah, it was a movement for me.
Interesting. So if I'm just imagining it, right? So as an outlet, if someone doesn't know who you are and they sort of pass by, they walk in and they find out it's a local brand, it's actually seen as less premium. But because now we have social media, you have a place to storytell, right? Share your story, build the brand, and people, that the people's relationship to the brand changes, right? Because now you have a way to tell that story rather than, when you walk into an outlet, it's a bit cold, right? It's just a shop and you're selling stuff.
But still a bit challenging for us because in the shopping malls, people are very easily distracted by things around, right? So a lot of education, you have to, you really have to spend time in explaining and all. So it's still not that easy. It's not a mainstream thing in that environment. You want to tell stories, you can do it by, in social media, online, because people can focus more on you. But in that environment, people are looking for big brands, reputable brands, or still a challenge for us. But we're trying. But what I realize is that as long as we focus in growing the business model, I think your voice tends to be louder also. This actually motivates us to grow and expand the business, so that the cost to communicate wouldn't be so high.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And who selects who sources and selects the, I don't want to call it, like the jewelry that
There's a merchandiser.
Is that you?
Most of the time, yes.
Right.
Yeah. We also have merchandiser.
Yes, I'm
Yeah, because I'm more into sales.
Right.
So we will do communication on what customers are looking for.
I see. Yeah. Right. Oh, interesting. And how did that whole collaboration with like ZRV come about?
It was, I think, meaningful is the word. Yeah. It's not exactly about making a lot of sales. No, it was all about connection. ZRV supports me a lot in what I believe in. And what I believe is that I think she's a very, very talented artist, but I think more people need to see talents like her. And we having advantage of being in a mass market. I think to me it's very meaningful to work with these talented artists, to let more people to see them.
Right.
It's the same as well. What she believes in is that she just does not compromise to quality And I remember, I forgot, I remember she said in her website before, one of her motto is to, not following the trend. She wants to be herself, even though that pathway may not be what the mass is looking for. This is exactly what I am looking at as well. That's how we work together and we trusted each other, bring up the message. It's really about support local anyway. And I thought nowadays we are so easily distracted with our external world. Doing something so warm from the heart it has been very meaningful for me and my team to revisit about the purpose of creating a campaign. Should we go for something meaningful or should we go for something profit driven?
Right.
And sales we have been doing daily already.
Right.
Yeah, for campaigns, I really like to create movements that are very meaningful to everyone, that everyone can, feel like this is not a sale campaign that we're so used to. So, yeah, it is very meaningful. I still hope to prolong or continue or have another version working with her.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think I got to see when we're doing some research, it looks like you name some of your pieces, names like perseverance or like balance and all that. Like, is there any reason why?
I think that was also because of a campaign. Like we had a campaign called Bold Campaign. It's also about like showing your true self. And yeah, that's how we put in all these values into our business. And we hope that customers can, even though you cannot read the full story of how all this happened, but I hope that one day we can connect. So these are all these small tricks that we put in to start reminding people that wearing jewelry can be really meaningful.
Right.
It's not just for fashion styling only.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And just to sidetrack a bit, you also started a cafe. How did that happen? Like, when did you start this cafe? Like,
okay. Actually, me and my husband, we are coffee drinkers. Every day we want to drink coffee and we travel and all lah. So it's just like everyone else lah. We like to open a coffee shop, because we like coffee.
Because you like
That's it. That it was that simple. So, but then, once you went into the business itself, you realize that your passion no longer becomes, your routine. You can't really practice that anymore. You no longer need to, you're not the one that makes coffee or face a customer. You will be at the back, managing people. And then you deal with real business problems.
All right.
Yeah, which, like I mentioned before, we were not very familiar with lah. And then the cost is high, especially, F&B. It's a lot about service and really it's really business management. It is not cooking, good food. Those are home cooked. Unless you don't want to expand. But that time also, we expanded, we opened up to three to four cafes and restaurants. Yeah, even from coffee shop, it became restaurant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we just sold more and more products.
Right.
To burgers and all. Then you deal with suppliers and management. Just a lot of things. And then we forgot it. We forgot that we have a jewelry business. But it was very fun lah. At least we tried lah. We learned lah. We paid a lot to learn this.
Oh, you paid a lot. All right.
Because
did you have any mentor or someone you would ask before you would start the F&B?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
We do it in. So that's why the cost is very high.
Right.
That's why we paid a lot to the school of life.
Sounds like the same way you started the charm business, like you and your husband just.
So we are more aware now.
Are you? Right.
After all those episodes and after 10 years,
right.
Yeah, it's more than
Right.
We surely had learned a lot.
I find a lot of entrepreneurs have this tendency to just do first lah, then you figure it out.
Definitely, and you pay for whatever you needed to pay at first. That's why we say that as an entrepreneur, you probably wouldn't think too much, but really listen to your heart and just go first.
Right.
And you're willing to pay the cost later.
Right.
Better than you think through the whole set of things and then you step. That is not what we have been practicing lah. But as we grow, of course, we start to think deeper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything from the F&B business that you learned that you think helped with the jewelry business?
Well, when the F&B business went really well, it was managed by my husband anyway. So we shared the same management team that actually had to save some cost. And then we get the flexibility to manage both businesses, under one management team,
Right.
things like that. And then, of course, there are a lot of things that you can use. Because we learn about, let's say, marketing and all, and sales and systems and all. Basically, they can be used at both businesses. But still, the nature of business, the consumer behaviors are all totally different. And the cycle as well.
Right.
And even people in them are different. I mean, people who work in F&B and
Right.
totally different, right? So, still, that's why very hard to juggle for two things at the same time.
Right.
So at the end, we sold the business. Yeah. So now we get to focus in one. That's what we learn as well.
Oh, right. Also, you've sold it already.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Finally.
Right. Okay. So you're back to just doing the jewelry business.
Yeah. Only this year lah. Starting this year, we decided to wrap that thing up, and then
Okay.
when I start.
You would not.
Then only we learned that F&B business is about service and management.
Right.
It's not about making a nice cup of coffee for yourself.
Right.
It's not like that.
Yeah. Right. It's true though. I know it's so common when I talk to people who say they want to start a business. One of the most common businesses is a cafe. Yeah, because I think people like this. It's a very romantic idea that to have a cafe.
Yeah. It's like everyone's little dream lah.
Yes. Like you watch those K-drama and they own a cafe and they are like.
I think that would work if you want to really stay there.
Right.
That you just want to really own that little space and you're not thinking about want to explore a lot of things outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to suddenly become a coffee bean roaster. And that's another scope of business.
Right.
But if you're in a business, you would definitely want to consider that one.
Right.
Because that will save you cost.
Right.
And opening more chain store to share the costs.
Right.
So maybe not to think about all those extensions, but just staying there in your paradise. That is still very enjoyable. Probably something we can do in, when we are old. We're very ambitious sometimes.
Oh yeah, I give it up. Yeah, sounds like.
No, definitely no. Still got a lot we can do.
Okay, gonna go back to a cafe one day.
No. And I realized that actually we need to have passion, in your products. Just like if you sell coffee, you really have to have that passion in coffee itself. So yeah, or food itself. If you don't, it's very hard to run it unless you are really so very rational to see it as a proper profit-driven business. Then you run it in a very, very, very rational way. Very, you run management and all. Then you become chain store.
Right.
Which is very good also.
Right.
Very financially happy.
Right. I have this feeling that a lot of people who think about starting cafes have this impression that it's very peaceful and because they can only imagine the front of the cafe, because there's nice cafe music, people are drinking coffee, reading a book. But the reality of running the business is not.
No, it's really about people management. Yeah, because you don't want to be in it every day, all the time to make coffee, right? And you also have to buy materials. You have to open stores and all. So yeah, it's not easy. It's very hard for me.
Right.
Retail is slightly easier.
Why do you find retail?
Because it's not service based, maybe. Yeah, because F&B it's also about experience, dining experience. And you have to really train your team to be polite and be friendly. You're not allowed to make any mistakes, right?
Right.
And once people try. But the good thing about F&B is that it's quite fast to see results if you're doing well, and people always want to eat. It's more of a necessity need than because for jewelry it's like lifestyle. So if you want to sell that, you gotta give very good reason or sentimental value to put in order to sell a product. But food is very immediate. I remember when we approach people to, like KOLs and all, to give them food to try, it's always a yes. But when it's jewelry, they would, something like, I don't need this,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the demand is different. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's easy to take a jewelry, is it? Like
jewelry depends, I think, and also in Malaysia, not everyone wears jewelry, which is also that's what I thought the opportunity as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think what I observe is that especially in Malaysia, we wear jewelry because they are essential ones, like some sentimental pieces, mostly not for fashion styling. Yeah, like you can see if you look around and see how many people are wearing a necklace or you are not like Korea, Japan, where they would always style themselves whenever they go out.
Right.
We're still very practical, I would say.
In Malaysia. Like.
Yeah, very practical and very things that we want has to be more durable. Yeah. But I think it's still very potential, and that's why we style our brand, I would say, to a more sentimental way, where I hope people don't see accessories or jewelry as just fashion styling products, but it could also be something very meaningful that you can carry with you all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do men buy from your place a lot?
A lot. A lot of boyfriends.
Boyfriend, right. As in buy for their girlfriends, like.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right.
For Valentine's Day or anniversaries. Right. So many.
Right.
They're very happy lah. So, yeah, and especially Christmas as well. Our products are very suitable as gifts. Yeah.
Right. Do they buy for themselves? For
themselves, yes. We also want to remind people that jewelry is not, you can always treat yourself with jewelry. It can be something small, but can give you confidence, with meanings, with connections. That's what we are trying our best to deliver every day.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of efforts.
Right. I also love to ask about what's it like being a business partner with your husband for like 14 years and all that. Is it easy to... I ask this question a lot for people who are like couples at the start.
Yeah.
They're like, how do you draw that line, work? And then obviously you have a personal life together.
Yeah. I mean, we were just dating couple and we grew up together lah, right. I would say. Of course, a lot of frictions and all, and but also as I would say, we see each other as support and a mirror. He's definitely an opposite of me. That's why I need him, right? So he needs me because of my other parts as well. So I think most importantly is to see who you are. Then you get to see who he is, who the other person is, and how can we both work together and walk through that same journey. Yeah, I think when we were young, we would always think, how can't he or she feel or think the same like I do? But that is not valid, right? The reason you want that person is because he or she mirrors your need, right? He gives you what you need. So, yeah, seeing that, it's if you can see the contrast, I think you'll feel better. But this one, I mean, I only learned this later.
Right. Right. And you mentioned just now, obviously to see who they are, you also need to see who you are.
You see
yourself, right? Like that's self-awareness or something, right? But how do you do that? How do you see who you are?
Mirror. A spiritual mirror. Not the actual mirror. Under that mirror, you see someone else.
Right.
That you want to be like he or she out there. But no, I mean, I do a lot of reflection, a lot of, inner works. I had a work burnout 3 years ago. I rested for 2 years. So throughout those years, I recovered. I healed and recovered a lot and really pick up a lot of things from all the burnouts and yeah.
Right. And if you don't mind, would you share like what do you think led to it? Was it because you were doing too many businesses at the same time? Or?
Yeah, that would be part of the cause, the trigger. So like throughout all these years, we have been we both work very hard all the time, every day. So, there are also times that you got lost, you got distracted, I think it's kind of normal for a lot of people. And then I remember because actually every December is our peak month as a retailer because of traffic and all, you get a lot of sales lah. So I remember 3 years ago, the last December, we also hit targets and we actually broke a record of ourselves. And then when we got that much of sales, when I wanted to reward myself, I went to buy a bag.
Okay.
An expensive bag. And after I buy it, I realized that it's just for a while only. Like after, I remember probably 2 months or 3 months later, I look at the bag and I thought, was this something I've been asking for, working for so many years, and just to get that bag. The bag is still with me, I want to keep it always to remind me about that. I think that was the time that when you are so busy and you are like so focused in chasing on one thing, and sometimes you will forget why you started things at first. So I would say when that time, our retail sales were very good. So, but it's already very far away from, remember I told you I started the business as a handcraft. It's at the end, that time you focus a lot in making sales, and lesser things about creation, about something warm that was supposed to be my DNA lah. So that was the part. And then, and I started to see no meanings in a lot of things. And I only got more and more anxious. The more sales I get, the more anxious I got. My concern, my worry was about, I was so worried about the packaging, not enough stock. And should I, restock this and that? Those were the things that I cared about. And that time, I think those signals really told me I should reset lah. I should reset in identifying my roles, my purpose and all. That's why I rested for 2 years just to rework myself.
Right.
And I just came back 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. 1 year, is it?
Right. What is
1 year lah.
How do you reset in the 2 years?
You try to do nothing.
Really? Right.
Because as a busy urbanite people who focus a lot, who put most of your time in your work. When you don't work, what do you do? Who are you if you don't work? So I was left with myself and my children. I have kids, 2 kids. I remember, those were the definitions I was looking for as well. Besides that, a mom, what else can you call yourself? Don't you have something that you like to do and all? I would say that time I didn't. I really have no idea how to answer that. So those were the times that which was very hard for me to not think about work. So, but still, I was very lucky because my husband was the one that took care of both the businesses. And then I managed to really stay home and to slowly spend time doing nothing and start to explore daily things. I started to say, to greet strangers to greet with the security guards. I realized I didn't do that when I was very stressed. Those were the small things that I realized I would start doing. Yeah, it's very nice.
I love it. Right.
Do you have that experience before?
Experience
Like doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Like no purpose. Just sit in a home and
Younger, yes. But I think since starting this company, right, I would feel like, it's a bit contradictory. Like we've been around like 10, 11 years, and it does, if I reflect on the beginning, like, wow, we changed so much. Like every year feels like a decade like that, right? So, but at the same time, it also feels like one very long day for me.
it feels a lot, but it's actually just 1 year.
Right.
But if you look into it, you feel too long or so.
Yeah. It's kind of like, oh wow, like it's like you feel like, I mean, on good days, I know I'm chasing something, I'm building something I really like, and obviously we're gonna have some bad days, right? And on the bad days, I feel like, oh my god, it's still going on. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a very long day. I feel like I started something 10 years ago, and I haven't had rest.
Oh.
No, it does feel like that sometimes, but only on bad days. But by and large, I mean, I really like this. But yeah, I really, wish I could just switch off. Some sense. It's very difficult. Even when I'm on holiday and stuff, I'm never really on holiday. Like the brain, the mind doesn't.
I can imagine that. But definitely something we can learn to pause, right? Like drawing the boundaries. We try. I try not to. Yeah, and I realize, boundaries is a good thing. Just to share. Too often we tend to mix day and night together, and there's no difference between weekdays and weekends, right? Like you're so used to working, but to really draw your lines between me and work, or if you say about roles, you yourself have many different roles, your identity as well. So if you don't call yourself a boss or an entrepreneur, who are you then? You can think about it. It could be you're just a man. I'm a 37 woman who loves creation, who loves creating things, who loves to connect with people. And we can talk nothing about work. We can talk about something casual. We can be like that as well. And that is part of it as well. It's just that whether we want to put our time in growing that or not. Yeah.
And did you do all this discovery during your 2-year break?
Yeah, I read a lot. I read a lot also. I read a lot of books, and I do a lot of gardening. Yeah. And I think one very, very important lesson for me is to learn to slow down, which is very difficult as well. Yeah. But of course, I understand when we are hustling, we probably do not have that luxury to really do nothing. I realize that when you already set yourself a busy schedule, you can never relax on. But that is normal, and we should just embrace and accept that. But of course, it should come to like a period lah. It's not like a never-ending 20 years, no break career, right? That sounds very exhausting.
Can be. Can be.
Yeah, and then I realized that also when I come back to work, I didn't get to really rest as well. And then I just realized it's a situation, it's a decision that we took that brought us here today. So if we made that decision, then we embrace that lah. We accept that rest probably could be optional. When you decide to hustle, when you decide to want to achieve something, works hard for something, it's very hard to enjoy both worlds. Right. Yeah. But I did enjoy, I mean, it's very precious for me to undergo that 2 years of no work period. It's really luxury for me.
Right. Because you are obviously the owner of the company, but it's a good thing your husband is there to kind of run things. a challenge sometimes, and obviously I'm working on this myself. So every time that if I am, say if I want to go on holiday or what, right, there's a certain level of guilt.
Of course.
Yeah, like I feel guilty like that. Like the company needs me to be around and I going on holiday. You know, like did that affect you at all when you tried to take?
When I decided to take the break, I did not want to let go, you know.
Oh, yeah?
I thought I was that important. Really? Because that's how we built our self value, right? At first, we work hard for this job and this career or this brand or this business. This actually define us. It already give you a definition of who you are. You are the founder of this brand. That's why we thought it's so important. We are like the soul of this business. Then I realized that's why when I took that break, I really didn't want to let go. I was still, trying to reply all the messages and all. It was very hard to let go on. You were so not used to that. But I managed to do that after a while of struggling, and I started to trust people. Then I started to, really let go and trust my husband, trust my team. And then I see myself in another place, in a happy mode. Yeah. So, yeah, I was saying that sometimes we thought we are so important in the business. Whereby I think trust is something we need to, I need to learn as well. I'm not saying about you lah.
No, I'm making some notes. I am not so important in the business. No, I perfectly understand your
challenge.
Well, yeah, no, I perfectly understand your point.
Yeah. So like, I did struggle a lot at first.
Right. Because your identity is so connected.
Yeah.
Right. And you think that you are the best person to run it and make the decisions.
Yeah. But that was only your perception. And people already know who you are and they know what they are doing. And that's enough. Of course, unless you're the key person on operational ones, they can't work without your orders and all. Then that's different story lah. But I've been the founder of the brand, and yeah, it's not so easy to go in and out at your pleasure. But I think that then I started to revisit about my identity. Who am I and what else can I do besides than this business? And then I started to explore like, hey, there's this thing called wheel of life also. Like we are made of 8 scopes of things. You have love, health, career, financial, and connection, all different kind of scopes of life. And how much are you scoring them? So like the theme is that can we choose some priorities, not trying to be best at every spot. Yeah, it's about choosing your priorities also at different season of your life.
Right. The 8.
Yeah, wheel of life. There are like 8. Some system is like 8. Some got 10.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's very interesting to see. Exactly. Like earlier, I probably would think career and financial number 1 lah, and then because I'm a parent, so family would be second. But actually, a lot of things going on like hobby, health, and what else? Kind of quite a few of them lah, which are essential. But and then I realized that we really cannot be perfect. We only can choose priorities. Yeah. So yeah, I love that lah. I study a lot about life lah, and then connect to my mind, body, soul lah, all kinds of things to and to learn about how to stay grounded. Yeah.
How did you know you were ready to go back?
And then I realized that I can't really stay low for too long, because once I discovered already, and then I rework with myself, and I wanted a ground for me to to practice what I've been learning behind. So I came up again and to face the reality. Yeah, and then now I'm back to the reality. Right. But probably with a more stable and a calmer self.
Oh, okay. You have a more balanced self now when you're...
Still learning. Still learning.
Right.
It's a lifelong journey anyway.
I see.
Yeah. And then that's how I met ZRV.
I see.
That kind of intuition driven. It was very, because back then things were very rational. You only use your brain to think, your mind, but not really doing things from the heart. Through intuition and through feelings.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very different.
Right. So are you more intuitive now in your decision making, or like, you know?
So I feel like I have both now.
Yeah, both.
Where we can see when do you want to use which system.
Right. Interesting.
Probably men would be more logical and it'd be hard to connect here. I don't know for
I think that is the general feedback I get.
Men are so used to be strong, they could be rational.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I'm not sure it's a man thing also. I'm also quite uniquely this way. Yeah. Like the boundaries are... One thing I used to have a very good executive coach last time, but I no longer go to her. But she was telling me that there's like two circles. There's Derek, the CEO, and then there's Derek, the person, right? And in the ideal world, let's say in the work setting, you want these two circles to touch each other without overlapping. But people, obviously you are Derek, the CEO, but they can also kind of know you as a person a little bit. So usually people make the most common mistake people have is the two circles. Mine is separate, but most people have it completely overlap. Like they cannot distinguish between professional and personal. So they take a lot of things very personally at work, stuff like that. And sometimes they let's say they're so focused on like building friendship, but they are unable to make good decisions, and stuff like that, right? So the challenge I had was like, the two circles completely did not meet. So, so people can only see Derek, the CEO, and they have no idea who Derek, the person is. Like there's zero idea. So this has been like that for like maybe 9 years of running the company. But I've since tried to change a bit. Right?
But if you are comfortable with having two different, identity or self, that's fine. If you feel like there's strong disconnection, then you only have to work on it. Because there are definitely people who can have different profiles. I mean, I studied another thing called human design.
Oh, okay.
So if you know you given your date of birth and where you are born, then you can study more about your design as a human.
Oh.
So there's like this profile where you can have, there's this definition, like single definition, or there are two or triple ones. So some people can have three different sides of them. Just like you like what you mentioned, you are probably two, right? Mine is single. I like things to be together.
Oh.
So I like to put work and myself.
Or you bring your whole self to work. Yeah.
That's why I would impersonate my brand with me, and I always feel enjoyable at work because I feel like whenever I'm work, I'm already myself. So I'm that kind of person who likes to put things together and because you don't have to complicate life, but you just every day you wake up and then you're already at work. Or you're at work, then you're already feeling yourself at home. It's the same. It's just like how you interact with me. I don't have two identities that you need to explore.
Right.
But some people would have different ones.
Right.
Like my husband, he has different side. Right. He's at home, he's another person.
Right.
But me, I'm different.
Right. You bring your whole self.
Yeah, but and then I just want to say everyone is different. You could have different format.
Right.
Yeah, and it can be, I mean, it is normal also.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How long have you been back? Is it 2 years? Is it? 2 years since you?
Actually, 1 full year. Yeah. 1 whole year since last year.
Right.
Yeah, very adventurous.
Right. Is there any part of the business that you are more focused on?
For now, yes, I'm more to creating. Okay, also, just to share a bit, because I had time to explore myself. So, and then I started to also study about what am I good at? What are the things that I do that I would enjoy and would do good? Then I realized it's about creating. Instead of doing the very operational, repeating, that requires consistency, which I really don't have. I am more to initiate things. Then when I come back to work, I will focus myself to do this kind of thing. Yeah, because back then, probably I thought I need to do things from A to Z, or else I'm not a really good person.
Right.
Yeah, so I would really suggest everyone to rediscover themselves, to see who you are, what you're good at, what you're not good at, then probably can avoid that.
Right. Yeah. You're like the creative artist / inventor type personality, right?
Yeah, I'm a manifester.
Manifester. Right.
If you study human design, then you know your energy type.
I see. What is a manifester? How would you?
Manifester is like our energy level, actually there's up and down. Unlike generators, whose energy has always been very consistent, where those people who can really wake up every day to go to work for many, many years, and they still feel nice, and definitely not for people like me. So I would have this peak full energy time, and I would also need a lot of time to rest. That's why even my rest time was very long. But if I come back, I can really shoot up very high. But also for just a while. This is more for people like me who likes to initiate and start something. And then I'll pass on to people who can have steady energy level, who can consistently keep up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So after knowing that, I realized that that's why I said I learned to trust other people, and not forcing myself to do things that I'm actually not meant to do.
Right. Got it. So it's like other people help you run operations, people management.
I mean, when we started to not to be try to be good at every part lah.
Right.
We start to have different roles, and that's also me and my husband started to see who should do what. Early on, probably we wanted to do everything by ourselves. So, yeah, it's more of the role clarification or clarity.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have some sort of management layer now, in a way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you don't have to be you and your husband don't have to be the only people managing basically.
Yeah, of course it depends on the business size lah. Back then we were very small, so we really had to do things from head to tail. You need to buy stocks and then go and sell, and then do the service, and then start again, the whole cycle. But I'm glad that at least we witnessed that. We work on that. That's why we know the cycle, how it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And in terms of running a retail jewelry kind of business, right? What do you think is the most common? What do people let me think how to ask this question. What do you think people think it's easy, but actually it's very hard?
Sorry, what's the question?
Yeah, so running a retail jewelry business, what do you believe people commonly misconceived to be easy? They think it's very easy, but actually it's very hard. Is there anything you feel like it's harder than it looks?
Selling jewelry is not that difficult lah.
Oh, it's not. So it's actually a lot easier than it looks.
Maybe. Okay, we realized a fun fact lah. We thought fashion, clothing lah. Conversion for clothing is very high. For accessories are very low lah. It's a fun fact lah. That's why you see probably 10 outlets of clothing. You only see one accessory store.
I see. Right.
Like when you want to buy Chinese New Year clothes, you never thought of you want to have a budget to buy Chinese New Year accessories, right? You go for you buy 3-4 sets of clothes and probably not even jewelry. So actually the demand is very low. Yeah, it's just a fun fact to share. But if you say whether if there's any difficulty in selling, definitely, because the most challenging part is that it is not a necessity product. So how can we sell our products without telling people that this is a bracelet that that would solve your problems? I mean, that is very factual. We still have to make sure our products are anti-sensitivity, are waterproof, are sweat-proof and all. Those are already very factual. It probably works for people who are very rational. But a lot of people, when they go shopping, they are very emotional. When you buy perfume, when you want to, you want to buy the whole experience. You want to feel like that. That's why when you go Pavilion, KL, you want to go shopping. But if you go nearby neighborhood store, you just want to grab something important and just leave. Why do we have that feeling? It's all this, the efforts of retailers. You're putting in a lot of efforts to make people experience that. And that is the challenging part. Otherwise, we would have just put on our bazaar table and tell people 2 for 30 and you sell that. And yeah, that's what I thought about. How can we keep selling, selling more higher value products? It has to come from those values that are not tangible. So we want to let people to feel more confident after wearing this, or to feel more meaningful because you have supported a campaign or motivation or something, you have helped someone. So to me, I think the difficult part would be how can we sell products not just because of products itself. It's because of other things that come together, which could be lifestyle, that identity, that you want to feel, you want to be part of this community, or you want to feel good because you supported a product like this. Those are the things that we are learning.
Right. The feeling that the product gives them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like how you see perfume.
Right.
Perfume brand, perfume business doing so well. They're selling you feelings, right?
Yeah.
You will just put it on the table.
Right. Yeah. In most cases, you can't really tell the difference for most common people.
I wonder how they sell online.
Right.
Oh yeah, probably they get the artists serving up that persona.
And then they're all the perfumes are branded in such a way that it gives you this feeling of something.
They're selling that only, right?
Yeah.
Like they set up you see the road show, I do all kinds of setup. In the end, they only put 2-3 bottles of things there. How amazing is that?
Yeah. It's really, I guess when it's a consumer product, it's very emotional, I suppose. Most people buy, as in this kind of product is, people buy based on emotion also.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between branding and marketing and sales. Basically, sales is you sell your key feature, what people can immediately get if they buy. Marketing is how else can you sell without telling people your key features. But of course, that comes nowadays of sales marketing, like more values, more taia and all. Then you get the sales. So branding is, I want to be part of this brand. I want to be like that. I want to be like the artist, Justin Bieber wears it. I want to be like him. So that's what I think we are learning a lot about building brand. At first, we started the business by just selling products. We talked nothing about marketing or branding. And afterwards, we learn about how come we need to, people start to recognize you. You need to have marketing skills and your packaging and all. That's how we learn a bit more about more than just selling. Yeah. Because I think the market doesn't need more products.
Right.
Everyone is selling chao kway teow.
Right.
But why do people go for this?
Right.
It's either you're Madam Kwan or you are really listening to your market, you are at their convenience. So yeah, I think the market doesn't need more products. How else can we sell then? Right. These are the question that I constantly ask myself.
And one of the things, in fact, circling back to the beginning, it's like you are Malaysian brand, right?
Yeah,
things that you're trying.
Yeah, it's still, so that brings me back to myself, because I'm a unique person. Everyone is. We all have our very own unique journey. If you just be who you are, people cannot duplicate you, and they can sell similar products, but they can't take your soul, and and that's why I thought I put myself into the business, and then I'm very unique already. As long as I'm alive, the brand will.
Right. That's it is a strength and weakness of a founder-driven business, I suppose. Right.
Yeah, whether you want to put yourself in or not. Out and it's.
Yeah.
But it's a. I think we all feel that, right? It's also motivate you lah. It is difficult, but still a motivation if you see it in another perspective. I think the best part about being in an entrepreneurial journey is that it is definitely a very big growth journey for you, for we ourselves as a human. You force yourself to embark on a journey that wouldn't give you pause or rest, but that would keep forcing you to keep, like putting down your layer and keep transforming and to grow into a person or better person as you grow.
Yeah. I would say, and I'm sure this is the same for you, when you're building a company, it's one of the biggest character building journeys ever.
Yeah, I mean, we could have choose a easy way, right? Like comfort area, but we chose growth. And that would also mean there wouldn't be stability.
Yeah,
I used to struggle in that. I was looking for stable time. But I didn't, I just forgot that I chose a growth journey, which growth is definitely uncomfortable.
Right. I mean, sounds like you started a store 14 years ago and it's just been going.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Amazing.
How far I've come.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good and bad, definitely.
Right. If you can, I've maybe 2 more questions to ask you. So if you could write a letter to yourself that time, when you first started that little store with your little charms and stuff like that, what would you put on that letter?
Well, stay true to your heart. Yeah, to the heart. And always come back to yourself. No matter how far you have grown to later. I mean, you will become a better self later, but always not to forget what's inside and what started everything. If you have lost track with that, it's definitely very easy to get burnout, to feel depressed and very tiring. But if you can keep reminding yourself about why we started that at first, I think it's very normal because outside world is very noisy, very distracting. It's very, very normal. Just like how I could even open up another business. I forgot what I started. It's very normal. And also because of our life journey, we are human, right? It's also very normal that we are very explorative. We want to try different kind of things. But still, like what I experienced is that at least you have tried already. And even though it costs you, but I think that is, to me, still a very precious lesson and yeah, I feel like as an entrepreneur, we are just very optimistic also, right? We can think of good things really out of any difficult situation. It's always a lesson every day, and we always wake up feeling energetic and optimistic. Do you?
Yeah, I literally was talking to one of our teammates yesterday, and they said one of the traits that I have is I seem to be optimistic all the time. Yeah. Even though we are facing really big challenges, but sometimes I I'm not sure whether it's a personal trait or it's just a necessity. Like this, what else can I choose? You know what I mean? Like
you can't go backwards.
yeah.
You gotta think this way.
That's right.
And never reverse already. So, but yeah, but this is one of the traits that every entrepreneur should have, right? Like feeling hopeful every day.
Yeah,
it's a mistake and it feels good. I mean,
even there's only let's say a 20-30% chance something might happen, you still have to believe this good thing will happen. Right?
And if you like we said, the law of attraction and all, and I'm a manifestor as well, you can actually every time we can only think of one thing. You cannot think of good and bad at the same time. You can never. Your brain only can process one thing. Think of that being present in that situation. You can only choose one scene in that. So we can choose the good ones. Yeah, it's me lah. I'm also quite optimistic.
I'm trying to remind myself to be optimistic all the time. But again, like it's the cycles, like there are challenges and all that.
But you look very optimistic.
Do I? Oh, as in like my face looks optimistic or what?
Yeah.
Is it a certain thing?
No, not like the gloomy type.
Oh, okay. It's first time someone says I'm not good.
Very bright also.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I accept. And last question. So, what's the two-folded question? What's the future going to be like for Minimalist Lab? Like, how do you see it, like 2026, 2027, and also you personally, like your own journey, growing as the founder of this business? How do you see that journey?
Definitely we want to expand the business, after all these trials and errors and all this rest and all these episodes that have been, that me and my husband had went through. What we're envisioning in the future is definitely to expand the business and to re-establish the brand as a proud local jewelry brand that empowers people to feel confident, to be seen, and also to accompany people to celebrate through the beauty of simplicity. After all, our product design are very minimalist lah, which actually suits our people here. I think definitely business expansion, and also for myself personally, like I said, I'm living my brand. I'm living in the brand by myself and for myself. And also I hope that I can share more about how my journey have empowered me so far. And I just want to say that I'm also like as normal as other people. I have ups and downs as well, and also a very normal lady here who still feel very empowered every day. And I hope that I can just share more of this to people around me through the products that we sell. In the meantime, we will accompany with a lot of stories and empowerment that I think people nowadays really need. Yeah, and we have very positive future handling this brand, and we both want to really grow this brand and to bring them to international scene. Yeah.
Oh, international. Oh, right.
Really.
Yeah. Is that a hint at something that you're thinking already? Or
we can start from nearby country who has similar consumer behaviors like us.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you making those plans already? Or
Yeah.
You are?
My husband did.
Oh, is it?
5-year plan, and actually even 10 years.
Oh, so amazing.
And so funding.
Right.
Yeah, we need more people to work this out with us. We want people to grow with us, not just for, I would say we can craft this brand together. And actually, I think, in our country, in Malaysia, what we are doing is still not the common or the mass market is doing. Again, I said jewelry is kind of the niche market lah, small market lah, instead of, apparels and all. But I think, that's why I see a lot of potential in Western countries. Wearing a lot of accessories are very normal, and has also been part of the very essential products that they buy. But in Southeast Asia, it is still lacking that. And this is how we see the market opportunity as well. Definitely something we want to grow and expand. And yeah.
Right. I'm going to sneak in one last question. I just thought of something. If you, because you almost immediately started a company as a business since you graduated, and when you were speaking off camera just now, you said you had a job for 1 month and then that's it, right? And then you just went into your own thing already. So if there was a fresh graduate out there who's sort of like about to graduate and they are really thinking, hey, should I go get a job or should I just start a business and stuff like that? What would you say to them to help them think through this decision?
I think they should straight away start the business, because if you did not have the idea of starting a business, you would have straight away go to look for a job. But you already have those two thoughts here, and actually one is always there. The other is waiting for you to explore. If you already know there's a ready format there, it is always waiting for you. Whatever that is waiting for you to explore, that is you yourself who has the, who takes the responsibility to react to it. Or would you want to conform to what the society standards, I think still go back to your heart. I think if you have that doubt, that would mean that you actually have that mind, right? That just go for what your heart told you to. Right. Just go for it. And then you learn. So after 2 years or 1 year, you are so tired of trying. And then you just realize that actually you are not suitable to go on this entrepreneurial journey. Of course, it doesn't suit everyone. It is not a comfortable line, right? Hey, we all know that. Then you can go back to, where you first were offered.
Right. You can go back to the job later.
You can, right. Definitely. But if you don't try, you may lose. You always remember that will never leave you, right? That thought, because you didn't try all that. Right.
Yeah, you have a point. I mean, if you're thinking about it, probably means you already have some idea.
Yeah. Then those things are what we call those inner voice. Inner voice is very, very soft. So if you have that already, you just need to grab it and then to grow that voice to be louder. But of course, the society will tell you to, not think about that. To ask you to hype that, to put that down and don't dream about that, and to look at your reality. And you go to work. And I mean, work is, of course, no problem. But like I say, if you have the little voice there already, you just need to hear it more clearly. Yeah.
Right. Thank you for sharing this with us, Nicole. Thank you
so much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your journey and being so candid with, I guess, the last 14 years of you, including all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
I
sharing.
I checked out some of your stuff on the website just now, like I said. So I really, really love the pieces that you have, and I saw the ZRB collection and it looks really cool. Yeah. And if someone wanted to, can they buy online?
Yeah. We are this year and this year we have been setting up everything online in a very stable mode, and then next year also we will expand it further for online business. Definitely nowadays you have to run both online and offline.
Right. So you're doing both, right? And it's minimalistlab.com, is it?
Yeah. Also available in all the marketplaces and our social media as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So just follow us if you want to see more of our transformation and more changes and more engagement with us.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting to the end of the episode. If you like this, follow us or hit the subscribe button. It will help us bring on more amazing guests and makes the whole show better for you. So thanks again and see you in the next one.